Think of when I say oatmeal for breakfast? Do you picture sweet things mixed into it like brown sugar, maple syrup, berries, and that kind of thing? Or do you think of something savory like kale and carrots? Well, if you're like most Americans, you probably are thinking of the sweet version. We are suckers for sweet breakfasts. However, today I'm going to show you how to prepare 2 delicious savory oatmeal breakfasts. Hi, I'm Annette, a volunteer with Bounty and Soul, and I love food and cooking. I'm a plant-based home chef and a recent graduate from the Forks Over Knives Ultimate Cooking course. I've been a vegan for almost 10 years, and in today's video I'm going to show you a couple of delicious savory oatmeal dishes that are easy to prepare, high in nutrition, and a great way to start your day. You may be aware that in many cultures and cuisines around the world, savory foods for breakfast is very common. It seems that a lot of Americans have it in their minds that they have to have sweet foods for breakfast. Sweet cereals, pastries, pancakes, waffles, donuts, and the rest. Years ago, when I traveled to China, each morning I would meet my boss for breakfast at the hotel buffet. They had an elaborate buffet of foods for us to choose from, hundreds of foods. And the first thing that I noticed was a lack of sweets. In fact, most of the foods that they offered for breakfast were savory foods. And about the only sweet things offered at the breakfast buffet was fruit. So, for the sake of this video, I want you to put aside your idea of sweet oatmeal. And I want you to open your mind to the wonderful world of savory oatmeal for breakfast. Both of these recipes today include kale. You know, each week at Bounty and Soul, it seems we have an abundance of kale in our market boxes. And that's compliments of New Sprout Organic Farms and Beacon Village Farms. And as I stated before in my previous Kale Waldorf salad video, I was going to start showing you more ways to incorporate kale into your diet. So both of these recipes are just another way to begin to eat more kale and increase the total nutrient content of your diet. In fact, dark leafy greens like kale have compounds in them called Thylakoids. And Thylakoids have been proven to turn off the hunger switch and help fight against cravings for unhealthy junk food, especially sugar and sweets. So, whether you want to lose weight, or get your cravings under control, or just get healthier, the best thing that you can do to start your day is in a savory way, eating vegetables, especially kale. So now, let's talk about the benefits of eating oatmeal. Oatmeal is another nutritional powerhouse food along with kale. It's well known that oatmeal is beneficial for the heart and helps to stabilize blood sugar levels, reduce certain types of cancers, and also helps fight against high blood pressure. Actually, I could go on and on about the nutritional value of eating oatmeal every day, but you get the point. So we're going to combine these 2 powerhouse foods today, kale and oatmeal, and you're going to be surprised how good they taste and how easy they are to prepare. Oh, and don't just think that savory oatmeal is only for breakfast. You can have it any time of the day. Eating oats for dinner can also help you have a more restful night's sleep. Oats are known to release a serotonin hormone or neurotransmitter that helps reduce stress. And this neurotransmitter helps to elevate mood in the evening and calms the body. So I suggest you eat oats any time of the day or night, even for dinner. The first recipe that we're going to make today is the Savory Kale and Salsa Oatmeal. It's really good. It's actually one of my favorites. Of course, you're going to need some oatmeal, and I wouldn't use instant oats. You're also going to need some vegetable broth, and I have a 1.5 cups of vegetable broth here. Some nutritional yeast. Our other powerhouse food is kale. You're going to need a cup of kale. And I'm going to put some carrots in there as well. Today I'm using carrots, but if you didn't have any carrots, you could use beets. You just peel it and grate it, and then you could use a beet in there as well. Beets are very high in nutrition as well. And for spices, we're going to add some garlic powder, some chili powder, some turmeric, and some onion powder. After it's all done and cooked over on the stove, I'm going to add in some salsa. I'm going to sprinkle it with some smoked paprika. I'm going to add some avocado to it as well, and some pepitas, or pumpkin seeds. Is that what they are?
Mm-hmm. Pumpkin seeds.
Okay.
That's what it looks like to me.
Pumpkin seeds are white.
Well, no, they're shelled. They're already dehusked
So it's
pumpkin
okay
seeds.
to say pepitas.
I've never heard them referred to as pepitas.
Okay. Pumpkin seeds.
Yes.
Going to need 2 tablespoons of pumpkin seeds. Okay.
The first thing I'm going to do is add 1.5 cups of vegetable broth to a pan and start heating that up. And I'm also going to add my oatmeal and the carrots, and then I'm going to give that a stir. I'm going to go ahead and cook that until the oatmeal begins to bubble. And then I'm going to add my kale. Stirring that around and making sure the kale gets all mixed in well. Then I'll be adding my nutritional yeast and stirring that in as well. Next comes the salsa. The last thing that I'm going to add are all my spices. And the oatmeal is done. Now I'm going to go ahead and top it with some avocado, some pumpkin seeds, and just to make it a little fancy, I'm going to add some smoked paprika to the top of it. And that's it.
The next dish I'm going to show you is the Savory Kale and Mushroom Oatmeal. For this we're going to need some old-fashioned rolled oats. And as I said earlier, I wouldn't use instant because they would just become mush really quickly. Use old-fashioned or steel cut or any other type of oatmeal that you might have. So we're going to need some oats, and we're going to need about 8 ounces of the mushrooms. And I chopped all these mushrooms up. They're just, I can't even remember the kind of mushroom it is, just regular mushrooms. But just chop them up finely. You're also going to need some vegetable broth. Again, we're going to cook everything in vegetable broth. And 2 cups of kale, and I've just chopped up the kale very finely. You're also going to need some garlic, minced garlic, and I'm going to put this into the oatmeal with the vegetable broth when I start to cook it, so that the garlic infuses into the oatmeal. Once it's all done, at the very end, I'm going to be adding some nutritional yeast. And then to top it all off, I'm going to add some diced green onions and some more pepitas or pumpkin seeds. And I'm going to add, top it off with some parsley, some chopped parsley. For this, I'm going to be using 2 pans. In the first pan, I'm going to be cooking my mushrooms. In the second pan, I'm going to be adding 1.5 cups of vegetable broth, along with garlic. By cooking the garlic in the vegetable broth, it will not be bitter, and it will infuse the oats with the garlic taste. Next, I will be adding those oats to the vegetable broth and giving it a stir. So I'm going to keep an eye on both of these dishes, and I'm going to let them cook at the same time. I added a little water to the mushrooms to keep them from sticking to the bottom of the pan. But I just keep them moving in the pan. Now I'm going to add my kale to the mushrooms and give that a stir as well. And once the mushrooms and the kale start to release all their juices, I'm going to go ahead and add that into the oatmeal. I'm going to give that a stir. The last thing I'll be adding will be the nutritional yeast and giving that a stir. And that's actually our oatmeal. Our oatmeal is completed. Here's our second oatmeal dish. I'm going to top it with some green onions. I'm going to top it also with some parsley, chopped parsley, and last but not least, some pepitas or pumpkin seeds. How simple was that? Don't they both look great? And trust me, they both taste delicious. Thanks for watching. I hope you have enjoyed these recipes and will give savory oatmeal a try. Join me each week at Bounty and Soul. If you found this video helpful in any way, please subscribe to my channel. It really helps me. This is Annette signing off for now, and remember to invest in your health by eating whole, unprocessed foods.